Everybody always asks me why I'm so adamant about the bolt jobs and people who don't know what they're doing and learning from YouTube about the repairs. This is exactly why. These are a couple of clips that I found. Alright, this one actually resulted in the death of an infant son. Alright, you guys seriously, please pay attention. Unless you have electronics background, you can kill someone.
Parents out there, you'll want to take note of this next story. A house fire linked to a game. Monday afternoon, the Little Rock Fire Department responded to a fire. Investigators say it was caused by a popular video game console. New at 10, TAC's Ebony Monet has details. Ebony.
John, millions of people own an Xbox and the newer upgrade, the Xbox 360. But many may not know about the possible fire dangers connected to the machines. Well, two people here in Little Rock first heard about the warnings only after their house nearly burnt to the ground.
Gamers take playing video games seriously, some dedicating hours to it.
Average week, probably several days worth.
Microsoft game consoles Xbox and its successor Xbox 360 are two of the more popular, with millions of units sold worldwide. They're also possibly dangerous.
My Xbox 360 had the red ring to get. Means that something's gone wrong, you have to send it back to repair. Generally it's overheating inside.
Monday, while no one was home, this Little Rock house caught on fire. Flames charred the interior. The Little Rock Fire Department traced the source to the power cord of an Xbox 360.
It was melted and it looked like they had it against the wall and on edge, and these things need a little extra space to dissipate heat.
The fire here isn't the first fire linked to Xbox. In fact, in 2005, the family of an Illinois infant who died in a house fire sued Microsoft. And so did the family of a Texas teen who was badly burnt.
Ever since the beginning of the red light issues concerning the Xbox 360s, people have been putting out information on how to repair them. Unfortunately, none of these guys have any clue as to what they're talking about. Look at this. They say the GPU comes loose. It does not come loose. Oh my God. And they're saying you can actually fix it yourself. They portray a level of professionalism. It says you can actually fix it yourself. I'm sorry, I'm repeating myself here a little bit. The easiest way, best way to get rid of the red rings, as it is not all that difficult. All you need to fix your console are basic tools such as screwdrivers, flathead. Also need to purchase an Xbox 360 repair guide. Now what I'm about to show you is a highly sold repair guide online that is responsible, in my opinion, for the deaths of millions and millions and millions of boxes, and is extremely dangerous. They're going to lie to you, they're going to tell you all kind of stuff like it's a permanent fix. You can do it yourself at home. This leads to extremely dangerous repairs by children that have no clue as to what they're doing with electronics. This repair, especially with the children doing the repairs, can be an extreme fire hazard by leaving out bolts to the cases, and I see this all the time in the individuals advertising on Craigslist pretending to be professional repairmen. This website here shows a lot of extra parts, trying to, for them to sell parts to you for upgrades for the fans and stuff like that. Gives them a little bit of credibility as far as that's concerned, is in the eyes of the people who are buying the stuff. But like I said, this repair guide that I'm about to show you is extremely dangerous, and In fact, even if you do everything exactly right, this repair guide will cause 60 times more damage to the solder beneath the chips than when it started, and because of the bolts that you just seen there, then most likely the next time it goes red light will be its last. Them bolts will warp the chips, no ifs, ands, or buts. Alright, a lot of licensed businesses go online and buy this repair guide or similar ones. I've had every single repair guide that is out for sale emailed to me at one time. Look at this, they're teaching them to drill out the case. Oh Lord. And then they're going to try and remake the X clamps with the bolts through the case. Extremely bad. A lot of these kids that are doing these repairs, they do get their box up and running for a short period of time. They start offering their services, start putting up ads claiming professional repairs. I'm going to kind of skip around a little bit on here. You don't need to know all of the information on it, but you can pause it in sections just so you can read some of these quotes through them. They're extremely bad. They're going to teach you to either overheat the box with the power of the box, which is extremely dangerous in itself, or take a heat gun from Home Depot or Lowe's or something like that that's meant for removing paint from furniture or whatnot, and overheat the chips on the box. 98% of them die on a home repair. Very few actually survive, even if they're become quite good at it because they've killed so many other kids' boxes. I see lots of things talking about the game systems being caught on fire. Most likely cause is these home repair guides by unqualified individuals. Ever since Microsoft went online and admitted to a flaw within the Xbox that caused red lights, which was a lie on their part, to try and get the information that should have been released hidden so that you wouldn't sue them over them causing a fire hazard of their own. Fact of the matter is Microsoft put all of your children's lives in danger by putting a warranty seal on the box and telling you to never clean the inside of the box, ever. So truthfully, you should be suing Microsoft over that. But any one of you who has ever gotten a repair from a licensed business should sue that business if they put bolts in your box. Okay, you would need to prove that they did do that, so you would have to videotape opening your box, videotape the warranty seal that they put on the box, which also put your child's life in danger. The Xbox 360 never had a flaw. There were a few minor manufacturing flaws, but there was no true flaw. Okay, I'll explain that in a little bit later video, but it was definitely not the X clamps that these guys blamed it on. So I'm gonna let this kind of scroll through here while you watch. Okay. You can pause this video and read through this stuff, or just type in James Dean 3 red light fix on Google and you'll come up with this. They want to sell you this guide for $29.95. 50% discount, I think, is what they're claiming, because they wanted to sell it for $49.95. This repair guide is like every single repair guide I've seen. They all have their little tricks and gadgets that they want to sell you that are useless in every single way, and also going to tell you to do one of two things. Either unplug the fan of the box to intentionally get it to overheat, or to take a heat gun to it. The James Dean repair guide, which was used by lots and lots of video game stores to offer services of repair, and I have videos proving all of this. As far as I'm concerned, anybody, oh God, it's just it's a sad situation. And I just can't help but wonder how many fires were caused by these guides, from children leaving the motherboard screws out, like a lot of the licensed businesses. I have a video from an individual, actually from several individuals like GameStop and Play and Trade and other ones around that I've videoed and opened in the past, that show all of these extreme repairs. I have had video of one guy who owned 2 store locations in Pensacola, Florida, that actually showed him towel tricking a box and then laughing and giggling about it and saying, I'm going to go sell this on eBay. But I wanted to just show you what's inside the James Dean repair guide. They blame the flaw on the X clamps, when in fact the X clamps is 1,000 times better than their bolt job, because it does not warp the chips, it does not come loose, it's not vibrating, it's not warping the board, it's not allowing excessive flexing, unlike the bolts that they're going to put in here that have inconsistent washer sizes. It's extremely hard to get the heat sinks perfectly flat on the board, and after they reheat it they got to retighten the bolts because of thermal expansion, which just warped the board, and now in most cases actually will rip the solder balls beneath the chips off of the green portion of the board, snapping the vertical trace line that goes beneath the board, making it absolutely not repairable. I don't care if you have a PhD or work for Microsoft directly or whoever does the repairs. Microsoft does not actually do any repairs on game systems. They sub all of that work out to third parties that, with all likelihood, if you found them on the internet, would have put the bolts in your box. The only difference is if it goes through Microsoft, they're not allowed to do that. They're only allowed to trade the box for a working one. Now, I entirely suspect a lot of these individuals in towel tricking the game systems and selling off the game systems that Microsoft was giving them to be traded out, because I've seen so many of these boxes come back with stickers on them and obviously used by other individuals, opened the game system just to find that the box had never been repaired for anything. When I removed the heat sinks, it still had the assembly line thermal paste beneath them, and it was extremely bubbled up. It was obvious that the box had gone through an extreme amount of heat to the heat sinks, because the chip itself burned a picture of itself on the bottom side of the heat sinks. Well, I hope I didn't bore you too much with this video, but I felt it needed to be put out to the public that any of these online repair guides are extremely bad, extremely dangerous, can pose an extreme fire hazard. Every single one of them are going to damage your box. Yeah, they'll get them back up and running for a short period of time, but at what cost? Stay safe, happy gaming everyone, and don't get ripped off by bolt pushers.